Hi guys, welcome back to day 8. Yes, day 8 of my daily posting journey. And today I've not been 100% sure where I want this conversation to go, but I do have some exciting news that I want to share. But before I go into that, I do want to say that after the video that I uploaded yesterday and just sitting with that conversation with myself, I really got to sit with it and to really think, man, I'm not where I want to be yet. And my relationship with money is still evolving. Even though I am aware that it started in my childhood, there are some things that I still have not fixed yet. There are still some things that there are still some growing pains that I still am dealing with. But I've really gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm so glad I'm not where I started. I'm so glad I'm aware, and I'm so glad I'm able to get to a place where I can share my story, and hopefully it will help you to realize where you are and help you on your journey, right? And as I was just thinking about it, I was just thinking, man, I really want this to be of help and benefit to, not really help, but I really want this to be of benefit to so many women and children and people in general who just don't feel like they have that corner, that mentorship, that support, who feel like, the things that they want to achieve seems very huge, and everybody around them probably is telling them that this is not going to happen for you. You feel isolated, you feel alone, and you just don't see it happening for yourself. I really empathize with that person, because in many ways I still feel that way right now, but I could just think about how I felt even 5 years ago, not even being aware of where I would be today in terms of the choices that I was making, where they would lead me to, right? And some of those choices, if I could go back, I would change them, but then it wouldn't have shaped my personality and shaped me to who I am today. And on that note, I want to say that even though I shared my childhood and, things that weren't 100% to my liking, I am in no way, shape, or form disrespecting my upbringing. I am forever grateful to everything that happened there, because it really shapes the individual that I am today. And I don't know who I would have been if that was not my upbringing. So I am not shaming it. I don't feel ashamed about it or anything. I'm just sharing my journey with you guys, and I hope that's this perspective that is received, because there's one thing to feel like, oh, I wish things were different, but they weren't. And so I cannot dwell on that, because I need my mental space to move forward, because that's what we're doing right now, trying to move forward in the best light possible. So as I was saying, I just really know that without guidance, without support, without somebody in our corner, without community, we're not really going to get to that level that we want to get to. And you could literally watch me on YouTube all day long and listen to me talk for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 5 minutes, or however long I come on every day. Or you can actually put yourself in execution mode and try to set yourself up by actually implementing some of the things that I'm sharing. And not just me, but other creators as well. And so just today, as I was just thinking, man, I'm glad I was able to share my video, but what else can I do? How else can I serve my community? And that's when I just thought about creating a group, So I created a Facebook group today. It's a private community called Investing You. I'm gonna be linking it in the description below. And this group is private for a reason. I do not want everybody in there. I want ambitious people who are serious about their wealth journey, who are committed, who are positive, who are supportive. You know, you have your own ideas of how you want your life to be, but you want to walk alongside some women who are doing the same thing, people who believe that it's possible to build wealth in Jamaica and who want to explore that idea. Not the negative naysayers who are going to say there's nothing there, but people who are really open and positive to the direction that things are shaping. That those are the people that the group is for. And so it does have some screening questions, and I'm not going to be admitting anybody in there who does not have a good enough reason based on the answers that are provided. So I really want this to be a safe space where we can come and be supportive to each other and to grow on our journey alongside others as we're doing that. So I hope this is a way that can be beneficial to every person that's watching this video and watching my channels at all. And today is day 8, so if you haven't been caught up, please go back and watch some of the videos. I've talked about different topics. I'm sure something is there for everybody if you're serious, because at the end of the day, sometimes some messages come across to us and we're not ready to receive them, but that's okay. We are all on our own individual unique journey, and we are ready when we are ready, not when anybody else says that we should be. So no offense taken at all. I just want this to be a community for the right people that are on this journey right now. You know, it will be there. I don't know what the future holds, but that's just what I'm doing right now, and I'm just encouraging y'all to join using the link in the description, and let's get over there and, you know, take the conversation outside of just me talking. Let's have a discussion, let's have conversations, let's talk about the things, the issues that we're facing, the challenges, and how we can support each other to overcome our individual challenges. And as I'm talking about this also, today I was listening to a podcast with Sarah Jake Roberts, and she was interviewing Emma Grede, and that was such a powerful conversation. Really, they were talking about, you know, playing small and feeling like we cannot be honest about the things that we want. And this is me directly quoting her. In a segment of the podcast, she was saying, like, if you want to be famous, say it. If you want to be rich, say it. You know, don't try to hide behind your ambitions and be pretentious, like you don't want to achieve nothing and everything is just too materialistic. Let me raise my hand, because I am not speaking at you, and every time I make my videos I want to make that very clear. But I can think of a time where I was just thinking, like, because I was so traumatized by my childhood experiences with money, I was just really thinking, like, all of the people who are out here chasing money and just wanting to be rich are just materialistic people who don't have any values, and that is far removed from the truth. But I just had my own trauma that I had to work through. And so every time that we have a judgment against somebody or against something, it does not necessarily mean that the thing is wrong. Sometimes it's really just our perspective. It's really just our past, our history. And we're looking at it through our lens of trauma. That's why we think that something is going on there wrong. And it's not always to point the finger, but to look in ourselves to see, man, I'm really having a hard time accepting it. And it's not that you're to accept everything, but sometimes we have to question ourselves and find out why we are rejecting this idea in the first place. All right, but she was just talking about that. I just really think it's powerful, because especially as women, we are ashamed to think that if we want to be successful, if we want to be rich, if we want to be wealthy, that means we are foregoing this traditional path of not trying to, you know, be quiet. We're trying to do too much. We're trying to be too loud. We're gold diggers. And I'm not saying that a lot of women aren't gold diggers, but there are also a lot of men who are gold diggers. and this is not a sexist conversation. There's so much of that going on for me to join in on that, to be honest. But it's just a matter of wanting something and desiring something does not make you a bad person. If you want to be wealthy as a woman, it doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you materialistic. It doesn't make you shallow. It doesn't make you any of those things. And if anybody is shaming you to feel that way, that's just their own insecurities that they're speaking through, their own trauma that they're speaking through, and it's nothing personal. And sometimes we just have to be able to separate that. That's one thing that I'm learning in this season of my life, is like, a lot of times people come at us with their stuff, their issues, their trauma, and they are projecting. And when we internalize that, we're just proving their projection right. And not everybody gets to have a say into how you should feel about yourself. And it's something that I'm working through right now, because a lot of times I take things personally. And sometimes when I sit with myself, I'm thinking, man, why did that affect me so much? Like, why did I allow that to ruin my day? Or why did I allow that to throw me off my course? I don't believe that about myself. That is not true. So why did it affect me so deeply? You know, we have to be constantly in question mode of how things affect us, you know, finding out why, instead of just be so quick to be offended about everything. And even though sometimes I still get offended immediately, after I think about it, I'm like, actually, I don't need to feel any way about that, because that's not true. That's just your idea. And I could spend forever trying to convince you that your ideas are wrong, or I could just brush it off. Even if I took offense to it initially, I can still brush it off. All right. So if you're just, based on all the conversations that I've been having this week, if you are just tired of acting like you're not ambitious, like you don't want big things, you're tired of giving away your power and of not having control over your money and feeling like you're helpless, and you really want to build wealth, you really want to do big things, but you just need a community of women to be around positive energy and allow that good vibe osmosis to jump into your veins and soul, please join my community, my Invest in You community. The link will be in the description, and I hope to see you there, honestly. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I hope that, my dearest hope is just that this will be a blessing to everybody that enters that community. And I always pray for the right people and the right opportunities. So I know that once our paths cross, that is divinely actually the right person and the right opportunity. So I'm super excited about it. But I'm not gonna ramble on too much today. I just wanted to come on here and to just introduce the community to you guys, for take advantage of that. Let's get into execution mode for the rest of the year, and to just really shape our futures in with a lot of intention. All right, so if we haven't met, I am Khrista-Lee, and I talk all things investing in you. And if you are interested, as I said, go ahead and join the community and share this video with somebody who you think would benefit from just listening to this video overall, or joining the community in general. And like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in hearing more of these conversations. And until then, I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. Let's go make some mistakes.